This is Darren from Open Road Toyota Richmond, and what I have here is the 2020 Prius Prime plug-in hybrid. I'll be going over all the features and functions and doing a full delivery. So let's get right into it. When you approach the rear of the vehicle, you do have the keyless entry feature. So what that means is that if you have the key on your body, you can just press this button right here. So I'll show you. The bigger button right there is to open the trunk. The small button to the right is to lock the car. So what you have here are all-season rubber mats already installed, but these are the carpet mats. So the carpet mats do come with your vehicle, but usually the sales associate gives you the rubber mats. So I highly recommend don't double it up. Just take this, put it in the storage, because you don't have to clean both. And it might make your car feel a little bit smaller, but you know, it's best to just have one mat. So keep the rubber mats on. It's a lot better. You also have this over here that goes and it covers that. So if you do have a bunch of valuables in the back, you can just cover that up. Now if you wanted to take that out, very simple. Both sides are spring loaded. So you just pull this, it comes out just like that. You do have this over here. You have extra storage right here, just any storage. All right. Also on this side over here, also storage. So down here you'll find these are tools for your wheels. Usually what happens here is that people either put the charging cable in here, or they can actually take out this cover and put it right in there. As you can see, there's a hole there, and it can fit perfectly. So you have to put either or, really up to what you want to put in there. But last compartment right here is actually the pump kit. So this car does not come with the spare tire, it actually comes with a pump kit. So this is a pump, this is chemical. So if you ever get, say, a nail in your tire, do not take it out. This chemical goes directly into your air valve. So this plugs into your car. This works the pump, this pump plugs into this chemical. Then this chemical goes straight into your air valve. So it will find the obstruction and plug it up right away. All right, so that's pretty much it for the compartments. You also have a light just right over there. All right, you can turn it on if you want. Extra storage places right here if you want to hang some stuff. All right, just right over there. And that's pretty much it for the back. So, as to close it, just go right down here, close it. Now I'm going to teach you how to charge this vehicle. So I took this out just so it's not in the way of the trunk, but this would usually just be in your trunk. This over here is the charger that comes with your vehicle. Now, I'm not going to open this up just because this is a customer's, and I will show you the one that we have. So we have a fast charger just right over here. This works for any home, so you can plug this in any socket, and it's the same plug. Looks exactly like that. So let me show you over here how it looks like. All right, so this is how the plug looks like. Now, if you want one of these, you're gonna have to get it specially installed. But these take half the time to charge than the regular plug. So let me just show you. This is where you access the plug. If the car is unlocked, this can open up. This over here protects the socket from water. Then you take this plug, and then what you want to do is just plug it in just like this. You hear a click. To know it's charging, you'll see a green light. Once the green light is on, what you should see from here, so here, I'll show you right here. You'll see these three lights. So this indicates if it's done charging or not. So right now it's about full. If it is full, it will turn off all the way. So all the lights will be off. And what will happen is that, well, green light means it's charging. Now, if you're afraid of someone stealing this plug of yours, say it's plugged in, you live in an apartment complex, press this button, then no one can take it. Now you can only press this button if you have the key with you. Press this, just like that. So it is as simple as that to charge a vehicle. Now, one other thing is that if this is open, then you cannot start your car. So if you try to put it in drive, it will not work. If you take this off, you still can't start the car. If this cap is open, it will not start it, so you're gonna have to plug this back in, close it, then you can put your car in drive. All right, so let's move on to the passenger side. Alright, as we move to the passenger side, as you know, there are window deflectors. Now this is optional, it does not come with the vehicle, but this particular customer wanted the window visors, so if you want them, you're going to have to order them separately. So when we approach the passenger side, looks like this, nice leather interior. You do get the rubber mats over there. Alright, that's pretty nice. And you get greeted by nice leather seats. Now this over here is to hide the seatbelt tethers. So it looks really nice. It's actually really soft. It's really cool. You get this over here to fold down the seats. Same thing on the other side. This red mark over here shows you that it's not in place. If you want it back in place, see, like right now, clips back in and it is done. Now if you're looking for the top tethers, there are top tethers right over there. And right in the middle here, you want cup holders. There are cup holders right here. Now you also get cup holders on the side as well, but they're not as big. All right, window controls. All right, also you do have 2 USBs right here that you can charge your phone with, or anything that requires USB, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna move on to the driver's side. Alright, so as we approach the driver's side, it does have a keyless entry feature. So I did make a video on that already, but I'm just going to quickly go over it here. Lock the car. Alright, so as soon as you touch the back of the handle, it will unlock. Just like that. Now, if you do open just the driver's side, just like that, only the driver doors will be open. Just the driver door. Now, if you wanted all 4 of them to open, you're going to have to either do 2 things. Either adjust it in the settings, or put your hand on it and actually hold it. So for example, let me lock it. Okay, that's actually the lock feature. Alright, so if I wanted to open all the doors, hand on it, wait 3 seconds, and then you hear the second unlock and the second beep. Now everything is unlocked. So let me talk about this over here. Window controls. This over here is window lock. Press this. If you press the button, what will happen is that it will flash green. Once it's green, that means no other person can actually move their windows except for you. You got your unlock and lock feature right here. Mirrors over here. Left mirror, move it like a joystick. Right mirror, same thing. You do get electronic seats over here. So this over here is kind of neat. So what you can do is this is actually really comfy. If you ever sit in one, it's awesome. So what you can do, forward and back, just like this. Alright, now here's what makes it so comfy. This front part, if you lift it up, you can adjust just the front part. This is the entire seat. Alright, just like that. This over here is the backrest, so tilt it back, tilt it forward. Also, this over here is the lumbar support, so I'm going to pull the lumbar support back. This is to push it forward. So you can see it bulge out a bit. And this is why it's so comfy. Alright. Also, you have these buttons right over here. Front hood. This over here, you press it, pops up the gas cap. This over here is to set charging schedule. So if you're afraid of overcharging, you can get it to only charge a certain amount of time. This over here is automatic high beams. You press this when the lights are on. If there's anybody too close to you on the highway, when your high beams are on, it will switch to low beam automatically. Now, if they're far away, far enough for you to use your high beams, it will automatically switch back. This over here is to turn off traction control. Every car has traction control. This is to turn it off. This over here is to dim the screen. So for example, you see that, want to dim it, press this over here, and it'll dim actually all of these lights, even the screen over there. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this side. When you step inside the vehicle, what you'll have here are many different buttons on the steering wheel. But don't worry, I'll go through each and every one of them. So, for the left side, what you have is volume adjustment, increase volume, decrease volume. This over here, if you have your phone connected on Bluetooth or you have radios, this is going to actually change the presets, or next song, previous song. Mode cycles between AM, FM radio, satellite radio, and Bluetooth, depending. So it's like the source button, but it cycles. So once AM, once again, FM, satellite radio, and if your Bluetooth is connected, you can have your songs right over here. Also, pickup calls, hang up calls, This over here is like Google Assistant or Siri. You press it, it can do many things for you, like call so-and-so or find some place on the map, and it will just do it all for you so you can keep your eyes on the road. On the right side of the steering wheel, what we have here is we have cruise control right at the bottom here. So cruise control is just like any other cruise control. You press this, as you can see over there, press it. All right, so that icon over there means cruise control is on. That green one that just flashed up, just like that. That one over there. So once cruise control is active, you can press down to set. So once it's set, that means you can go 80 or 90. You press set, it'll just go 80 or 90 depending on which one you like, and you don't have to press on the gas. So press up for resume. It's to increase the speed, and pull it back towards you to cancel your setting. So another thing on cruise control is this button right here. So this is actually radar. So I'm going to press it and you'll see what happens over here. Press it once, press it again, press it again. So it cycles between 3 different modes. So this over here represents how far you want to keep away from the car in front of you. So this would be the closest, the furthest distance. And the distance varies on how far and how fast you are. So for example, if you're going really fast, the distance is going to be, further. Other than that, this over here is lane departure alert. So when you press this, you'll see that it says lane departure on. So what that is that if you're driving on the road and you are, say you're going on the road, it will scan the yellow or white lines or any lines. So it just assume you're on a track. So if you don't signal, what's going to happen is that when you're steering and you're stepping over the line, what it's going to do is going to stop you from steering and just nudge you back just a little bit to keep you in the lane. Now, if you want to turn that off, that's very simple. All you have to do, just press this button and it turns off. Okay, so if you want to know how it looks like here, on, off, that button just right over there. All right, one other thing is that you got to heat the steering wheel. So when you press this, the steering wheel will heat up. Fortunately, this part and the bottom part, these 2 points and these 2 points, they don't heat up, only the sides. Now, you also have this over here. This is a back button. So for example, if you're somewhere on the screen, it will actually go back. So this over here, you can think of it like a remote control, up, down, left, right, enter. So this controls the multi-information display. Many different options here. This is the information tab. Most popular screen is actually this one, just because you can actually see your charge. Right now it's blurred out a bit. You see 94%. If you had this car in drive, which I'll put it in drive right now, you'll actually see your charge level. And if you're charging your vehicle, if you're just running on electric or you're using the hybrid gasoline. So I'm just going to press park it right back. So it's only most visible when you're in drive. So if I go to the right over here, you got the time, so you can adjust the timing. This over here, the compass, whatever's playing on the radio. This over here, your climate controls. This is a better view of the lane keeping assist. So, well, lane departure alert. In this case, right now, see that? You got a better view of it. And again, for the lane keeping assist or the lane departure alert, it is above 50 kilometers. So it's mainly used with cruise control or on the highway. So as I go to the right now, it says no messages. It's actually an exclamation. It's like a caution sign. So what that will mean is that if your key is running low on batteries, to low windshield wiper fluid, to low battery, anything that's going on with your vehicle, that will tell you. For example, this is a new vehicle. It will not tell you that there's anything wrong just because, well, it's not that old and no one has driven it yet. So as you keep going to the right, you get this over here. These are vehicle settings. Now, as you can see over here, what you can do is actually adjust the lane steering assist. So let me just turn this on. Lane departure alert right here. Yeah, there are many different, it's like a lane tracing assist, lane departure alert. There's many different things to call this, but they pretty much all do the same thing. Here you can actually adjust it. If you don't like it to steer for you, you can definitely adjust it, the sensitivity. This over here is the pre-collision system. So that's the auto brake system. If it's too close, it will actually stop for you. So right down here, adjust the sensitivity. Lane swing is that if the lane departure alert is on and you're going too much left, right, it'll just tell you to take a rest, like pull over and take a rest. You can change, display right here for kilometers to meters, or sorry, miles per hour. And then over here, meter customization, many different settings here. Now, there are many different settings right here, but if I go through each and every single one, this would be a 1 hour long video, and I'm sure that would just bore you to death. So that's pretty much it for the steering wheel. Now I'll talk about the infotainment system right over here. As for your infotainment system, it's actually quite a big screen, so it's like almost like an iPad. So when you press home, what you actually have are these options right here. Now, pressing menu is like the same exact thing, but you can actually access setting and turn off the display. Well, the reason for the home button right here is that if you're using the GPS, you can actually still see it. Now, if you have the menu right here, this is for more if you're pulled over. So, for example, over here, actually, no, I'll just show you in the big screen right here. All right. So, this over here, info. Some people like looking at the info tab. You can actually see what's being used. So, as of now, the car is on. As you can see, it says ready. That's how you can tell it's on. That means you can just put it into drive and start driving. But nothing's really on just because the battery right now is just, nothing's really active just because I'm not even moving the car. Now, if I put it into drive and start driving it, you can see the battery is transferring power to the wheels. Put it back in reverse. Also get a backup camera. There, press park. All right, so that's what the energy monitor is if you want to know if you are using the gas engine or the battery or both. So let me just go back to the menu over here. What you also get is destination as well. As you can see, you have a big GPS. So same thing like any other GPS. Press address, search for city, and then pretty much just enter in like just any GPS. Also, you have presets over here. You can say go home. You can set your home right now. Now, there are two things you can do. Actually enter in your address, or once you go home, you press current location, and that will save you a bunch of button pressing. So, standard GPS right over here, but it is a big screen, so it's really neat. Other than that, you got App Suite over here. So, if you wanted to download Intune, you can definitely connect your phone that way, but you have projection over here. So, this is for Apple, Apple CarPlay. So, what you actually do is, first, when you plug your phone, right down here, see there's a USB. That means you can transfer data. So there's a USB right over there. And once you plug it in, what will happen is that you'll have the Apple CarPlay just up here on the top screen. Because if you stretch it anymore, it's not going to look good at all. So you can use that for Google Maps or for anything you want. But you already have navigation in here. Big navigation screen. It's better to use that, but you have the option too. All right, other than that, you got your phone right here. Now, right now, it's not connected to Bluetooth. But once you connect to your Bluetooth, you can see all your contacts there. And that's where you can actually use the steering wheel buttons. One other thing is that temperature controls are just right here. Press on climate, and then this will pop up. So now what you see here is automatic fan control. This over here is to turn it off. This over here, air recirculation. Now, this is a different feature right here. This limits the amount of air that goes in the back. So right now, as you can see, I'm going to press it, turns it off. All right, so if they're complaining that it's a bit too hot, a bit too cold, you press that, it just limits the amount of air that can go back there. You have this over here, increase fan controls, and you can select different modes over here. Temperature controls, low, high. All right. Other than that, you get your front defogger, you got your rear defogger, plus the mirrors as well. On this side, you have the volume switch right here. So if you want to mute the audio temporarily, just press this and it will mute it. You press it again, it will unmute it. So the reason being is that, say for example, you're at the drive-thru, you want to turn off the music, press that, or someone's talking about something very important, you press that. Other than that, you got this over here is how you access your radio station. So source, gonna go to FM right here. Gonna turn it down, actually right here, there you go, temporarily muted. So when you press on audio right here, it'll just show you AM, FM radio, satellite, Bluetooth, and that's pretty much it for this. All right, so I'm gonna go back on this screen, back to home. Now if you want to get rid of that, just press on the GPS, and there you go. All right, one other thing is that you have this over here. Now you got different drive modes, so when I press it, I'll show you on this screen. Press it once, power mode, press it again, eco mode, press it again, normal mode. So power mode gives you more acceleration, Eco mode gives you less acceleration but saves you more on gas. One other thing is that you have EV Auto. So it's best to just have your car in EV Auto, but if you wanted to manually control it, you press this. As you can see, it says EV mode. So what EV mode does is it will just use electricity when you're going 30 kilometers and below. Now, from 30 to 40, it can just use electricity too if you're not too heavy on the throttle. Now, say for example, you left your cable somewhere, you're really low on power. What you can actually do is, for this, press and hold, and it'll go something called charge mode. So right now the battery is almost full, so I can't actually do that. But I'll press and hold just to show you again. Charge mode. Alright, so what charge mode is that it will use a gasoline engine. So your car will just be on gasoline, just like a regular car, but it will charge the battery for you faster. Other than that, if you're not too familiar on how to operate this, when you want to put in drive, left, down, and then it's in drive. Now, same thing for reverse. This way, up. There you go. Neutral, just hold it to the left. Neutral. Now, what B is engine braking. So, for example, if you go down hills like every day, what will happen is that your brake pads will wear out quite a bit. So when you press down right here, actually you need to be in drive first, and then down. That's for engine braking. So this over here will shift the engine in a lower gear so that it will just be slower, but not because of the brake pads, because of the gears. So that's just another feature, and park is just right over here. And there you go, it's in park. So that's pretty much it for the drive modes and just how to drive the car. You have a wireless charger here. So this over here is green. That means it's on. If you put your phone here and it turns amber, that means it's charging your phone. Now, it's very important that this over here pretty much just tells you, do not put any metal objects on this if this is on. For example, if you put like coins or like a key or something like that, or a keychain, it will heat it up, because what it is, it's a coil that charges your phone. Now, if you want to put something here and you don't have a phone charger or you don't have a wireless charger, just highly recommend turning it off so that you can put whatever you want here. Other than that, you got heated seats, low and high for the passenger side, low and high for the driver's side. All right, last but not least, you have this over here. All right, left light, right light, both lights, turn it off. In the middle means that if you open your door, both will turn on. All right, so right down here is where you can actually find, well, first, wheel lock kit. All right, so this over here, if you need to take off your wheels, just use this. This is the key so no one steals your rims. Other than that, more information is in the instruction manuals, but hopefully this helped you, so you don't have to read that thick book over there. Hopefully this answers all your questions. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment down below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. This has been Darren from Open Road Toyota Richmond. Hope this video helped you out.